For the past couple of nights, I've had this idea that's sort of solidified in my mind. Um, uh, an intersection in some sort of portal space where two televisual telepresent portals meet up in an imaginary sort of intersection. Well, first of all, this is a dual pair of pseudo corresponding photographic portals. They merely display each other's um, environments within each other's holodeck. This environment is the shell of this cloak, and this environment inside here is the shell of this cloak, since invisibility and holodecks are inverse forms of each other. And you would have a photographic hologram in here too of whatever stands out, people or things or whatever, in each one of these. Three attributes to a portal, even on the photographic scale level. Well, right here is a televisual, what I always talk about, a televisual portal mirror world topology, I guess. Here's a televisual portal 1, and here's televisual portal 2, and they're telepresent. This orange figure is the hologram, the telepresent hologram, virtual form of the person that's inside the holodeck. And there are two different environments. They could take place at two different times. Well, this is the schematic of the mirror world, what I call it topology. First you have the outside world, then you have the virtual cloaking interface of each one. Then you have the real holodeck of each one. Notice real and virtual are underlined. Then you have the virtual holodeck of each one, which flips, which takes in the person together with the environment fed through by the cloaking interface chamber, and it transmits it through to the other person's real holodeck again. So it's real world, virtual world, real world, virtual world, real world, virtual world, real world, virtual world, real. It goes like that in recursion. I think I've covered that before. This is a picture of a televisual portal, again with the holodeck chamber inside, showing like a city on a bay, I guess, and it's in a storm, I guess, at sea. Well, this is another depiction of that cloaking holodeck of the secondary holodeck interface, which is a virtual. Might as well call these virtual, real, virtual, real, virtual, or virtual, real. It follows that recursion, and these are the cloak interface, holodeck interface, secondary holodeck interface, which is virtual, real, and virtual, virtual, real, virtual, real. They follow this dual televisual virtual transmission, and this virtual space, I've come to call it I guess with the intersections of two realities, visual realities as one, you can call it a portal space. These two combine together to create the imaginary portal world where these two virtual realities, visual realities combine. And I'm turning this into a math idea where you have the local reality and the virtual cloak feeding into the real holodeck where the real person or objects are in. those illuminated by the cloaking of the outside world is fed into the virtual holodeck chamber, made to be transmitted over to the real holodeck, back to the virtual, back to the real, back to the virtual. Well, all this, to me, points out some sort of an imaginary intersection in a portal space. And this intersection is not even real. It probably doesn't even intersect, but on this schematic it does. And these are the transmission lines. And so what I was thinking is that there's a telepresent portal space that doesn't actually really exist. But in this portal space, these two shared realities, intersections of realities, of visual realities at least, they intersect for a moment in time, probably for a duration of a moment in time, like point, or they stay there, I guess. Then at some point, these two virtual realities dissolve. Maybe they meet up with another portal. So this is the duration line of one portal, and this is the duration line of another portal. And they meet up for a duration of time. And then in this imaginary portal space, they might meet up with another portal, colored green here and green here. These two other portals, they meet up for a duration in time, and it could go on forever for the duration of the portal's existence. So this is a telepresent portal space, and it doesn't really actually exist, but you can find the math to show where they would exist for a duration in time, combined with each other and their shared visual realities for a duration in time, until they meet up with another portal that intersect for a duration in time. And so that's my idea for tonight, sort of a portal analytical geometry in portal space. Well, thanks a lot.